We did an inspection, we made an offer, they accepted our offer. We went in inspection, found out that there were some deficiencies in the heating system, that we needed to replace some things. So we also got some credit for that at the end. And in the end, we actually purchased the house for $182,000, and it appraised out at $197,000 at closing. So when we went to closing, we actually had $16,000 more than what it was appraised at. And I think the coaching program really helped, us make this deal and get into this property wisely, as well as going through a home inspection. So we went through, we completely inspected a house in Meriden and determined how much would it cost to rehab a house, what does it entail to look through a house, and what do you want to look for when you're actually evaluating the property. So between the cash flow analysis, helping negotiate on price, and then also walking through with the inspection reports and buyer's checklist, we really felt well equipped and prepared to make an offer on the house and close on the property. And it ended up being a very good property. We have good tenants, and 3 months later, so far we're doing well. I wanted to show just a sample of the property analyzer that when you do the coaching program, was one of the forms that you receive. Everything in yellow is something that you just enter in, and then the bottom part, and I know it's very small, but just to give you a little idea, it will kind of spit out the number of what your monthly positive cash flow will be. And then also there are additional tabs for amortization schedules and things of that sort. So I thought it was very, very valuable to use that and help determine, is this a good property on paper? Is it going to make money? And if it doesn't make money, at what price will it make sense to make an offer and move forward with it? And the last thing, 2 months later, after I finished the coaching program, things that I learned in the coaching program that helped me were goal setting. So the first thing that we did when we went into the coaching program was to set goals for ourselves. And we actually wrote them down on a piece of paper, put them in an envelope. And I think I'm going to be receiving it in the mail sometime soon to see what those goals were. So goal setting is very important. Have a goal, and once you write it down, it stops being a wish or a dream. It starts really becoming a real goal that you can pursue. And I also have a really great network of people that I talk to on a regular basis that I can bounce ideas off of, as well as Linda and Joanne. When I have properties or deals that I need help with, they're always there to, on a phone call or an email, to help me out with that. I also know how to evaluate a property on a cash flow basis and what to look for when walking through a property and how much it will cost as an estimate when, how much is a roof, how much is a new hot water heater, and things of that sort. So that's about it. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them for you.
Any idea how much is cash flowing for you now?
$1,000 per month positive cash flow.
Nice.
Right out.
Nice. It's really good. Yeah. 4 units.
4 units?
It's a 4-unit, and they're all 1 bedrooms and efficiencies.
And a really nice area. So, it's not like a really cheap, place, really nice area.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, cool. And I do remember you saying now you understand why we teach owner financing, because as you apply for that mortgage, they nitpicked you to death, correct? Yeah.
We actually, it was funny, the closing was delayed, and we went through conventional financing. We had to put 25% down, which is not the best way to buy property. And I think the coaching program teaches you how to get into investment property without putting so much money down. We ended up doing this because it was a good opportunity, but there are better ways of doing it. And when the closing was delayed, because we had to provide a copy of the canceled check for the termite inspection report. So we're talking nowadays, and not kidding, nowadays they're getting down to the granular level and really just making sure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed to an extreme, which really kind of slowed down the process and made it extremely painful. So do the no money down, it's much easier.
Your down payment though came from a previous property that you had purchased, correct?
Yes.
So you ended up not coming out of pocket, essentially out of your own pocket. So you still had the money. So one of the things you want to learn is how to mix and match and be creative with all the different ideas that you have. And
It is, and and the coaching program helps you think out of the box and think about things that you really haven't thought about before, and gives you an opportunity to try new things, in a safe environment with, something to fall back on as far as help and guidance. So I found it very valuable.
Cool. Any questions you all have for her about her project? I did. Yeah, go ahead, Kat.
How long did it take from start to finish? How did you find it?
I found it was on the MLS. It was a traditional listing, and it had been on the market for over a year. So it had been on the market for like 300 and something days. And then it took a solid 2.5 months to make the offer, go through inspection, and actually close and sign the documents.
Anybody else? Awesome. Set. Yeah, go ahead, Jeremy.
How long do you intend on holding this property?
Forever.
Let's see, $1,000 a month plus, depreciation and cash flow and all that. Pretty good deal.
Yeah, so, I think the most important things is there's a right process for everybody, and that my process right now is buy and hold. I want to buy good properties in good neighborhoods and hold on to them, and hopefully that'll be my retirement. But there are some really successful people in this group that flip for a living and are really successful at it. So I think even in any market, do what you're passionate about and you will be successful at it, especially with good guidance and a nice team and helpful environment. So if holding isn't for you, flip and do it and learn how to do it and learn how to get into the property right, and then move forward with it.
Because you're working on one of those right now, right? You're working on a project in
It's
Middletown.
hard.
It's hard.
I learned we're working. We just bought a single family and we're trying to flip it. We're almost done, and it's it's very, very challenging. So we're learning a tremendous amount, and I have a newfound respect for a lot of the house flippers out there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But it's a good experience. It was a very, very good experience.
Absolutely. Like you said, do what you're passionate about. And the more tools you have in your toolbox, right, the more ways you have to make money, so that whatever deals, whatever leads come along your way, you can make money at it.
Right, right. And if you do have a lead, and that if you're a buy and hold and you have a lead for a house to flip, this is the environment that there's somebody in this group that probably will want to buy that and flip it if you don't want it. So the networking aspect of this group is really important as well. You make a lot of good friends and contacts that you'll end up doing business with them sometime in the future.
Especially if you, how much did you lower the price down from the listing price to when you actually bought it?
Originally, it was listed at $249, and we bought it for $182. It's significant.
70 grand.
70 grand. And that's the thing, if you are effective and capable of negotiation, you can always wholesale the property. I mean, negotiation, you're going to hear a lot more about negotiation techniques tonight, because the more you can negotiate, the more effective you're going to be at being able to flip properties even without fixing them up. You can flip properties without fixing them, so.
Right,
yeah,
that's true.
Excellent.
Mindset, right? Mindset.
Yeah, Eugene, you got a question?
Yeah, I have a question. How did you come up with the 180, 190 range?
The cash flow analysis.
Cash
So
flow.
when I talk about my husband is 50% partner in this, and he did a phenomenal job. But this property analyzer, you put the numbers in, and the numbers have to work. And so when